Hello, hello. How's everybody doing? Good, good. All right. So I know what you guys are thinking, right? I look like somebody who is completely caught up on all their episodes of Ozark. I know. What? Yeah, which is weird because I still have 2 episodes left, guys. Yeah. So I don't know why I'm giving off that vibe, but speaking of all things vibe, and I don't know if you can tell from looking at me, but up until a few years ago, I worked for the same company for over 12 years. Yeah. And after 12 years, I left. I was feeling pretty burned out. I was ready for new challenges, and I was fired. Yeah. And I don't mean to get like all kind of Oprah on you guys, but like getting fired had this huge impact on my decision to leave the company. It's one of those things. It took me a few years to unpack, but then I look back and I was like, wow, I really did leave because I was fired. Life is such a rich tapestry. It really is, It really is. And I know after that happened, I started kind of looking at the big picture in life, and I was thinking like, what do I really want to do with my life? And maybe there's some of you guys that are having the same conversations with yourselves. And like for me, I decided ultimately I would like to work with children, but not like in a teaching or even mentoring capacity, but like literally working with children, like in a factory, like in Southeast Asia or Central America or Gresham, wherever there's like, wherever, because for me, it's all about the children, and making sure they keep up with their production quotas. Yeah, I know, yeah. Listen to me, I sound like a manager already. God, wow. Thanks for helping me workshop that, you guys are the best. I don't really want to work with children, I want to manage them. So I appreciate you guys letting me get that out there. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate that. You guys are great. So I don't know, I was watching a YouTube video recently, and actually I should say the YouTube algorithm was gracious enough to recommend a video for me. YouTube is great, they're so thoughtful, always making recommendations for me. And the title of the video was called, "Why is Russia So Big?" And I don't know why Russia's so big. I didn't want to be the jerk at the party who didn't know why Russia was so big. So I watched it. And as a frame of reference, they mentioned that France was 450,000 square kilometers, and that Texas was 500,000 square kilometers, and that Russia was over 18 million square kilometers. That's incredible. That's insane. Who in the hell measures Texas in kilometers, right? That is the most un-American bullshit I have ever heard, right? I tell you, if you're gonna use a different measurement of Texas, use barrels, right? Something that makes sense, Austin's 150 kilometers from Dallas. No one says that. No one ever says that. Sorry, guys. I apologize. I'm old enough, so I find the metric system very triggering. You know what I mean? I can't help myself sometimes. Actually, despite that xenophobic rant I just went on, I do like learning about languages. And I don't know if, I actually study Spanish as a hobby and I enjoy that. And I don't know if you ever learn about a language and you think God, English is so boring, like, here's an example. Like in Japanese, they have a term, it's called Shinrin Roku. It's the feeling you get when you first walk into the woods. Like, it literally means forest bath. Like, that's beautiful, right? And then the Germans, they have Fahrvergnügen, the feeling you get from driving, from the VW ads. And then, and then there's that classic German word, Schadenfreude, which is getting pleasure from others bombing at Portland's funniest competition. I don't know, like 2022 maybe? I don't know. But then I was thinking, like, what do we have in English that's comparable? Like, especially in the American lexicon. And the only thing I think of, we do have that term. It's receiving great pleasure while moving rapidly forward, right? Which is roadhead. That's the only thing I can think of. I really had to rack myself for that. So I don't know if this is on anyone else's radar, but it is the 10-year anniversary of the Julia Roberts movie, Eat, Pray, Love. And if you're unfamiliar, Julia Roberts plays a character who is unhappy in her marriage. She leaves her marriage and then goes on a pretty powerful journey of self-discovery. To honor the 10-year anniversary of Eat, Pray, Love, they're releasing a new adaptation. This time it'll be told through the perspective of the ex-husband. This one will be called Eat, Shit, Die. And I think it's a Hulu project, maybe. I don't know, doesn't it? And then they're doing a prequel called Gym Tan Laundry. I don't know. So, all right, guys, I'll leave it there. Thank you very much.